Hi guys, and welcome back.
So today we were filming some videos, and originally we were going to do a try not to laugh challenge, but that failed because we both lost. There was no winner.
Yeah.
But then we got into this thing where we were looking up their music and stuff, and then we were talking about Louis' song and how I haven't heard it, and I was looking at it, and it's a lot of their songs, if you look at it, there's a sign that shows they're either missing One Direction, and there's one very special one who points out that he's done with One Direction.
Yes.
Don't say who. Don't say who. I bet nobody knows, but
it's probably shocking.
But yeah, so we have, I guess, kind of a conspiracy maybe, kind of with One Direction, to prove that they really do want to get back together.
And we're not saying that what we're interpreting about these songs are correct. It's just what we feel these songs are about.
We read the lyrics, and I was I feel that this is happening in the song.
Yes.
Which could be completely opposite. They could be talking about some kind of girl, but
yeah.
You never know.
I hope it's about One Direction.
Same. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So first up on the list is Louis Tomlinson. He is the oldest one in the group, fun fact. And his newest song called Miss You is the one that we're gonna debunk.
So here's a snip clip. What's it called?
Snip clip.
Snip
No.
clip. A little clip of his song, Miss You.
A sneak peek.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Such a good time, I believe it this time. Tuesday night, blazed over eyes. Just one more wine or 5. Does it even matter anyway?
So the first part of the song, I'll put the lyrics up here too so you can see it. Is it my imagination? Is there something that I'm taking? All the smiles that I'm faking. Everything is great. Everything is great. There's a word that I just don't want to say it. So the first part is it my imagination? So with this part, when they first broke up or
No, when they went to the X Factor, they thought they were going to be solo.
Yeah, they thought they were going to be solo, and then all of a sudden, he's in this big group, and it's basically a big hug, I assume, and they have this amazing experience, and then they go their separate ways. I'm taking all the smiles that I'm faking. So he's thinking maybe he's taking something that is making him feel this way, like a drug or alcohol or something, some substance, and then he's I'm faking all these smiles, and so when he goes to interviews and concerts and stuff, he has to fake a smile because even though he's sad on the inside because he's missing a piece of his heart, there's something missing in there. Yeah. Okay. Everything is great. Everything is great. So that's basically saying he's basically trying to convince himself that everything's fine when really it's not. Okay, I'm only going to read one line from this because that's the only part that I think talks about it. It says, Hollywood friends, got to see them. Such a good time. I believe it this time. So his friends, aka One Direction, they're all famous and stuff, and when he is with them, that part that he was missing.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
We were just watching those interviews, and he was saying how he saw Niall in LA, or someone said they saw Harry in LA. Everything, that's Hollywood. They see each other in Hollywood.
Exactly. That counts. Even though it's technically not in LA or whatever, it still counts.
Yeah. It's still Hollywood.
And so, whenever he sees his buds, aka the rest of One Direction, that, piece that he's missing, that he feels like he's missing, doesn't feel that anymore because it's, kind of full. So, yeah. So then, when you jump to the chorus area, it says, dancing on tables till I'm off my face with all my people. It couldn't get better, they say. We're singing till last call, and it's all out of tune. Should be laughing, but there's something wrong, and it hits you when you. I can't read today apparently, and it hits you when the lights go on. Bleep. Maybe I miss you. Okay, so there's a lot in this section. So first it says that he's dancing on a table with his buds, with all his people. It couldn't get better. So this is again, I think, in my opinion, talking about before when he was with them. They were having such a good time, singing and dancing and stuff, and nothing could have changed. They didn't think it was gonna change. It seemed really fun, I guess the word would be.
Yeah, and we're having fun, and they're the biggest band, so it couldn't get any better.
Yeah. And then he says, we're singing till last call. Okay, so in my mind, I think last call is a symbol for when they get back together. So then when he says last call, they're singing till last call, they're singing until they get back together. And then the next part is, and it's all out of tune. Now, obviously, when they sing, they don't sing out of tune. But what I think this means is it sounds funny to them because they've been with like each other for so long to like have each other as support. It sounds so weird to them when they're singing because they're not together. So that's what they mean by out of tune.
That is so brilliant. I didn't think of it that way. Out of tune. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Should be laughing, but there's something wrong. Okay, so for this part, he should be having, because he's doing his dream. He is singing, he's dancing, he's performing for all these people, and he should be happy. But again, there's something missing and something's wrong. It hits you when the lights go on. Maybe I miss you. Did you want me to, I'll say my, yeah, okay.
First.
So I think this is like, okay. I'm not for sure if he's done live before, hasn't he?
He's done a couple concerts.
Yeah, okay. So I think with this part, I think it's like when the lights go on, like when the lights, because like maybe, I don't know, maybe he's like stage fright a little bit or something, and like his boys was always there, like, you know, you got this. It's like when the lights go on, he finally like realizes that he's really by himself and like he has to do this on his own. And that's when he realizes, I miss you guys.
That's basically what I was gonna say. I was just like, when the lights come on, it's like
Just
by
him.
myself.
Yeah.
Like, something's wrong.
Yeah. So that's Louise. Comment down below if you agree with that one, because I think that's what it's about.
I
Like,
think it's good.
especially like Megan said, the part that's out of tune. Like that was like
perfect.
yeah, because okay. So on to the next one.
Okay, this is Niall's song, Flicker. So, okay, it starts, when you feel your love's been taken, when you know there's something missing, in the dark, we're barely hanging on, till you rest your head upon my chest, and you feel like there's ain't nothing left. I'm afraid that I can't read it. I'm afraid that what we have is gone. Has gone. When you know there's something missing, the rest of One Direction is missing.
Mm-hmm. His love for his band is gone because he's by himself.
Okay. In the dark, we're barely hanging on till you rest your head upon my chest and you feel like there ain't nothing left. There's nothing left of One Direction. And I'm afraid what we had is gone. Like, he's afraid, like, what if they come back together and it's not the same as what they had before?
They don't have that chemistry anymore.
It's not the same.
This is making me so sad.
I know! Okay. And then I think of the start, like when they started One Direction, all the good they had, and it echoes a spark, and remember the magic electricity, then I look in my heart, there's a light in the dark. All the fun they had. When he thinks about the past, it's like all the memories come back, and it makes his heart happy.
Mm-hmm.
Still a flicker of hope that you first gave to me that I want to keep. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. He doesn't want the memories to go away. He wants it to stay, and this is so sad.
I know.
He wants One Direction to stay how it was, and he doesn't want to lose the memories.
I'd like to say something too. Okay. The name of the song is called Flicker. And when you think of flicker, I think of like a candle or like hope and stuff. A flicker of hope. Like maybe he has a flicker of hope, like a flicker, because like he's having all these like things going through his head, like what if they don't sound good together anymore, or where they have like differences now because their musics are all completely different in my opinion. And so like that flicker is like a flicker of hope that even after all this time of being apart, when they come together, they'll make music like creamy butter.
Creamy butter. Okay, we didn't read through this whole song, but look, and I want this to pass, and I hope this won't last too long. He doesn't want the song to last too long.
Like, I think it's like,
happy.
I feel like them being solo right now is just like a teenage phase, like teenagers going through like that emo moment.
It's gonna pass over.
Yeah, and they're just gonna go back together, and it's gonna go together like bread and butter.
Why you keep bringing in butter?
I don't know.
I'll just cut it out.
You know I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself. I had my eyes upon the prize, ain't watching anybody else. But your love, it hit me hard, girl. Yeah, you're bad for my health. I love the cards that I've been dealt. Do you feel the same as well? You know I used to be one day, now I'm free.
The first couple words are like yo yo, ho ho, honcho, concho.
Quavo.
Quavo. So I mean those don't really matter. Okay, this is what we get. Okay, so it says, so this is the first part of the song. So you know I've been taking some time. I've always been keeping to myself. I had my eyes on the prize and watching anybody else, but your love, it hit me hard, girl. Yeah, you're bad for my health. I love the cards that I've been dealt. Do you feel the same as well? Okay, so the first part says, you know I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself. So obviously this is a part where like, you know, they're not together anymore, and he's talking about like he needed that time to himself, which I think in a way is good for them so they can
They
grow.
needed a break. They did a lot in 5 years.
Yes. So I think they did need a break, and so he's been taking some time for himself, and like he's been like overlooking and, you know, trying to grow as a person and not, I guess, as a group. So that's that part, and he's been keeping to himself. Which also, if you remember in the band, they always said he was like kind of like the mom or dad figure because he was older, so he's always keeping. I don't know. Okay, I had my eyes on the prize and watching anybody else. So like this part, it was like in the very beginning, he had his eye on like becoming a star and becoming this, and then because of that, he came into this band, and now after that, he had another prize, and that was like he still like wanted to be himself because like he didn't like audition with a band. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, didn't he have to audition twice? So he's kept his eye on the prize.
Right.
What it would be like.
Okay, and the next part is, but your love, it hit me hard. Okay, so he had his eye on the prize, right? So he had his eyes on being a solo artist and being bam, 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 like, whoa, like number one. But their love, it hit him hard. So One Direction, like, it was basically a family, and that love, it overpowered his need to be by himself and like on his own. So like he stayed with this group because he felt that family love, and it hit him hard.
Like a train.
Yes, like a train. And so like this love, he felt it, and like he doesn't want to go back. And then it says next, it says, you're bad for my health. So I think that was just like not like bad for him in general. It's just, it was like a stop, a halt on him becoming a solo artist because he realized that he was really good with this band and stuff like that. And then I love the cards that I've been dealt. Do you feel the same as well? So he's saying that he loved how he got to where he's at. He appreciates how he got to where he's at, like with One Direction. So he's like, I've been giving these cards. I've been giving this life. I really enjoy it. And he's asking the people. And I feel like he's been giving these cards in a way like he's been giving like kind of like two cards. Like one, do I keep going solo or do I go back to One Direction? And he's wondering how the other boys in the band feel as well. Okay, so this is the part Megan hates. I remember she was like, we were doing something. And, like,
I was sitting in your driveway.
Yeah, she was sitting in my driveway. I think she was coming in to have us like a sleepover or something. And she calls me and she's like, you know that song that Zayn Liam sings? I said, yeah. She's like, it says used to be a wonder, now I'm free. I was like, no, girl, that's not what you heard. And like we looked it up. It was right. And she is still salty to this moment about this. So it says, you know, I used to be in 1D, now I'm out free. People want me for one thing. That's not me. I'm not changing the way that I used to be. I just want to have fun and get rowdy. One Coke and Bacardi, slipping lightly. When I walk inside the party, girls on me. F1 type Ferrari, gear to speed. Girl, I love it. Girl, I love it when your body grinds on me. Oh, yeah. Okay, well.
The end part is...
Yeah, something else. But okay. It's the beginning that you have to think about. Okay, so it says, obviously, I used to be in 1D, now I'm out, I'm free. Okay, so this is kind of confusing because when you first hear it, it's like, okay, so you don't like One Direction? But I think it's like kind of hidden. Like, I don't think he's saying that doesn't not want to be in One Direction. But like, I think, like I said, because like all the boys need times. Like, I feel like the break was good because they needed time to like find themselves. Because I feel like they were in like this bubble of like One Direction, so they couldn't like be their own selves. So in a way, I get why they were like had the break. So that's why he's saying now I'm free. Now he can like branch out and find out who he is. And then it says people want me for one thing. That's not me. I'm not changing the way I used to be. Okay, so this part is where I feel like it gets tied in because this is, so people want me for one thing. So they obviously want him for like from One Direction, right? But they want him to do like all these things to like change who he is, like more sexy videos and more videos about sex and like videos that like aren't really his type. And he says, I'm not changing the way I used to be. So like he is like venturing off to there, but like he's still gonna be the person who he's meant to be, and that's in One Direction.
He's still gonna be that boy band member.
He says, I just want to have fun and get rowdy, which him and One Direction used to have so much fun. So he's just like, I'm gonna have fun now, but when we get back, we're gonna have fun and be rowdy. Yeah. Okay.
So the next one is Sign of the Times by Harry Styles, my boyfriend.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Welcome to the final show. I hope you're wearing.
Alright. Let's get into this.
Let's get cracking down. Let's debunked.
Debunked, I still don't. Alright. We're gonna skip down a little bit too. Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. We gotta get away from here. Just stop your crying. It'll be alright. They told me the end is near. We gotta get away from here. So he's talking like, stop your crying. It's a sign of the times. Things are gonna change. It'll be alright. They told me the end is near. The end of their solo-ness is near. And they're gonna go back to being One Direction. And they're gonna get away from where they're at now.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so it says, just stop your crying. I think he's talking to us because I don't know.
Girl, you are so good at this. I'm like over here like, where am I going with this?
Because like, I don't know if you guys remember when they first said that One Direction was like going their separate ways.
People were like
in tears.
Yeah,
like,
they were like,
and like they were kind of being a little bit annoying almost.
it's like being over dramatic. But if that was like part of your life for 5 years, like, and then just like, boom, they're gone.
We're gone.
I remember okay, this is like side note, but I remember the day I was in Pastor Goodell's class, and like, no iPads, no nothing. When I found out Zayn left the band. I literally, that was like the worst day of my entire life, and he was like,
girl, I know.
Mom, like, I remember getting like I texted my mom right away. I didn't care about stinging Pastor Goodell's. I was like, I texted mom like, Mom, Zayn left the band. I got in, she's like, you okay? I'm like, don't talk to me. And then Kelly Brain like, he's going a different direction, Megan. Like the entire night. I was like, it was the worst day of my entire life.
Oh, girl,
like,
same.
I'm in my room and literally crying. Because
he was my favorite.
Yeah, he wasn't my favorite. But like, people want to quit me. They're going in different directions. I'm like, stop. If this was your favorite person, this happened to you, you'd be like dead on the floor too. Because I know that's how I was. And he was not even my favorite.
So just stop your crying. I feel like, again, like that's about to us.
He's
like
reassuring us.
Yeah. I almost feel like
the end is near. They're gonna change.
I almost feel like it's kind of sassy though. Like,
yeah, like just
like,
stop
stop
your crying, people.
Get over it. Build
stop
a road.
being overdramatic.
And like the part that says, it's a sign of the time. Like, shut up. We know what we're doing. We're gonna come back. Like, I feel like he's almost being like sarcastic a little bit.
He told me that the end is near. We gotta get away from here. So he's like telling us to stop worrying. The end of their being solo is coming to an end. They're gonna come back together, and they're gonna get away from being solo, right?
Right.
Okay. We don't talk enough. We should open up before it's all too much. So they're talking. He's talking like that now that they're separate and they're solo. They don't talk as much as they used to. They don't. We should open up. Like they don't get together like they used to and hang out all the time. And then before it's all too much, like before too much time has passed, and like they go their separate ways. They stop talking, and like there's too much. They can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
They're all separate, and things have changed.
Right.
Will we ever learn? We've been here before. It's just what we know. So they've all been separate before, during the X Factor, and then they were put together, and they were better, and now they're still appeared again, and he's realizing that they're still better together than they are separate.
And I have to point something out too. Not Harry, but Liam actually was on the show before, but he got sent home. Remember?
Yeah.
And wasn't Louis like he got sent home the first time too, or is that just Liam?
I think it's just Liam.
Okay, well, obviously he didn't make it to like as far as One Direction did. So will he ever learn that he needs One
Yeah,
Direction?
and like they weren't gonna make it by themselves.
Right.
They only made it because they were together.
Uh-huh.
So. Okay, moving on to
the last
the
one.
last and
So,
definitely the least.
Okay,
Just
so
kidding.
like in all these songs, like we showed you that we think that the songs is about One Direction, like them missing One Direction, but
someone over here doesn't feel the same.
yeah. So we're going to show you why this person doesn't want to be with One Direction.
Y'all can guess because it's the last person we haven't talked about in One Direction.
And because he was the one who left first,
Yes.
which proves that.
I let life take its time. Anytime you see the truth, I won't ask any questions. I won't say it was you. I let life.
So the first part is my luck's on the game. Can't wait, find a way through. Don't know how many times I've had to say this to you. This ain't my scene. This wasn't my dream. It was all of yours. Of course. I got caught up in this game, and you know I won't say names of who's who blurring.
This makes me mad.
Okay, so like with the first part, it says my luck's on the game. Can't wait to find a way through. Don't know how many times I've had to say this to you. Okay, so. This is him basically throwing shade basically at One Direction. I could just see Megan's face.
I remember seeing an interview. Okay, back to like the it's not my scene.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing an interview like when he first left, and like the boys were all like, "We saw it coming."
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't into it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't his scene.
So I think that my looks on the game. I actually think this is from the very beginning of One Direction because he was technically like on it almost like a game show, like X Factor.
Well, I mean,
and like him, because like even in that, do you remember when we just watched that video of where they said like they could have picked any 5 boys, but they picked them?
Yeah.
His luck, that was like pure luck, I feel like, because they could have put any boys together and he could have not been one of the people in there.
Yeah, like in Niall's interview, he said there was all kinds of boys there.
Right. So like it could have been anyone. So like he was lucky to be in that stage when he was. And it says can't find a way through. I feel like out of all of them, it's a close tie between Harry and Zayn of who like has further music away from One Direction. And
Liam's out there too, though.
true. But I don't know. I feel like they're the two weirdest.
Yeah, but some of Harry's still at least kind of sound like they could be One Direction. Have you heard Zayn or Liam? His is more like a rappy kind of like.
True. But I think
Some of Harry's are normal sounding. I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like Liam's out there talking about stripping girls down,
okay.
getting low on a bedroom
So
floor.
I feel like with Zayn's music, he can't find a way through. So like he's like going to the ultimate extreme because he can't get like, no matter how hard he tries, he will always be associated with One Direction, and I feel like he doesn't want to be associated with them at all, which I kind of feel is annoying because if it wasn't for One Direction, he would be nowhere. So just pointing that out.
True statement.
And then it says, don't know how many times I've said this to you. This ain't my scene. This wasn't my dream. Whew. Okay. So he's telling people, you know, oh, hey, you were that boy from One Direction, that one guy, right? Right? Oh, yeah, that's so cool. And he's, like, saying, people are asking him, like, why he doesn't want to be in One Direction, all this stuff. Well, because he never really wanted to be in One Direction. And like, in general, they all technically didn't want to be in One Direction because they all, like, went to go audition separately. But like out of him, I feel like out of all of them, he was like kind of like that oddball out. Like I don't know, he just seemed like quieter and stuff. And then like I don't know, that's just how I pictured it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this wasn't my dream. Like obviously he didn't want to be in One Direction, and I felt like he was just in One Direction because to like get up there, not because he wanted to. Like maybe in the very beginning, like he didn't want it to be his dream, and then he got into it. He's like, oh hey, this is not too bad. But like towards the end, he's like, this is not what I was supposed to be doing. It was all of yours, of course. It was all of the bands, of course. I got caught up in this game, and you know I won't say names of who's who blurring. Okay, so he got caught up in like the thing of One Direction, like being famous and like being One Direction, that he like lost sight of like his dream and basically he's basically blaming it on the band that like he's stuck in this situation in the beginning, in my opinion, because he's like, and I won't say names of who's who blurring. So I feel like he's like, I won't say why I stayed in or whose fault it is, but I wasn't in there because I wanted to be.
I'm just gonna sit over here and listen.
Okay. Did you want me to do the next one?
No, you can go.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't point any fingers. I won't say it was you. I'll let life take its time. Anytime you see the truth, I won't ask any questions. I won't say it was you. I'll let life take its time. And anytime you see the truth. Okay, so I won't point. So again, I think this whole part is basically him pointing blame on whoever put him in One Direction or One Direction in general. I won't point any fingers. So he's like saying basically, you know, I didn't choose to be put in here. Someone else put me in here and someone else made me stay. I won't say who, but it was definitely someone. I won't say it was you, same thing. I'll let life take its time. Anytime you see the truth, I won't ask any questions. Okay, so he's basically saying he maybe left One Direction because he like needed time, and like the time like turned into a lot of time, and he realized that he liked being out of One Direction rather than being in. And then I won't ask any questions. I won't say it was you. So I feel like this is like when people like give him an interview and stuff, and then he's like, why'd you leave One Direction, or like why didn't you like One Direction? He's like not gonna like say a specific person made him ruin. Like when the truth finally comes out, he won't like. When the truth finally comes out that like someone made him be in One Direction, he's not gonna say, oh yep, that's definitely true. I think. And then I'll let life take its time. Anytime you see the truth. So I think he's saying like maybe one day like the truth will come out, or I don't know. That's just what I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I wouldn't hate Zayn as much if he would have gone out in a better way.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button if you like. No, wait. Give a big thumbs up. Also, put in the comments down below if you agree with us with the songs that we like debunked, and said whether or not they're like in One Direction. Like they say they miss One Direction basically. Also, comment down below your two favorites. Comment down below your two favorite songs with One Direction. My two is Live While You're Young and Where Do Broken Hearts Go?
Mine is Little Things, Best Song Ever, Midnight Memories.
Only two.
And History.
That's four, not two.
I like them all.
Do you have one that you don't like?
No.
I don't like Summer Love.
I don't not like it. I just don't know the words to the song.
I don't like it because it's about Perry. I don't like
Just because she dated Zayn doesn't mean you just like don't like the song
because she's the one who started like all this mess basically.
What mess?
Like the conspiracy. Like, okay, I have a conspiracy. Ready?
Anyway,
I hit pause. Did you see me hit pause and it just kept going? Say, Megan, put this in the end.
Okay, Megan, put this in the end. But even though you just said it, so
Okay.
Okay. So I want. I would personally like to thank One Direction because not just because of their good music, but they also did something for me and Megan. Because if it wasn't for One Direction, me and Megan probably would have became friends.
I know where this is going.
Yeah. When we first met, or when we first started hanging out, the first time we hung out outside of school, it was me, Megan, and another one of our friends. And Megan was very quiet. Like, I know that's really hard to, like, understand, but she was like a mouse. Like, a mouse was louder than her. She was so quiet.
Okay, but you should, okay, so, like, me and Abby were friends.
Right.
And you and Abby were friends, but we weren't friends.
Yeah, like, she was just the girl who sat with us at lunch. Like,
I knew you because you're just that girl in guard with the Lion King obsession.
yes, that was me. So we barely didn't know each other. And then, I don't know if it was me or if it was Abby, but one of us said something about One Direction. And Megan lit up like a light bulb. She's like, "You guys like One Direction?" And I kid you not, everything that came out of her mouth that night was probably about One Direction. Like 75% of the stuff that came out of her mouth was One Direction. And I remember when she left, me and Abby were still hanging out. And me and Abby just sat there, like, have you ever heard Megan talk that much? Uh-oh. So, if it wasn't for One Direction, I wouldn't have been able to open Megan up. Sometimes I wish I could shut that box, but I mean, it's too late now, and I'm glad.
Oh, okay. Megan Horan. That is...
Sejin Horan. Sejin. Sometimes I'm saying Sejin's a whore.
Megan Horan.
Sejin Malik.
Megan Styles.
Sejin Styles. That sounds good.
Don't even take my name.
That sounds good. Sejin Styles.
Harry, Niall, Toby, or mine. Don't touch him.
Niall's mine.
No, Niall. Him and Harry are my favorite from the very beginning.
Okay, but he wasn't your number one, so he was
no,
out.
He's not your number one either.
I know, so he would, like, you can't call dibs.
Yes, I can.
Well, I'm calling dibs too then.
All right, may the better woman win.
Okay. It's me.
Excuse me, but I can talk to him directly because I have a direct message with him on Twitter.
With his, like his fan page, whatever.
No, it's real. It's verified. I showed you. It's verified.
Okay, but a verification doesn't...
No.
A verification...
You don't know anything about Twitter. It's his actual verified account.
No, a verified account is, like, when, like, you have a certain amount of...
it's his verified...
No, it's when you have a certain amount of followers.
Yeah, I know, but it's his Twitter account on Instagram. Yes, it is. Is that Zayn's real Instagram page? Yes.
Yes, but...
It's Niall's one. I'm talking to him. It's his actual...
Okay, well, has he responded?
No, because why would he respond to some random girl?
So it's not a conversation.
No, but I can directly talk to him. How are you going to talk to him?
I can follow him and do a direct message too.
No, because I got put in it because the only way you can do it is if he follows me back. But I won some contest, like I liked the page or something, and the girl that was Niall's following put me in a group chat with the three of them, and then she left, so it was just me and Niall left.
So I could go on your phone and add me in there.
No, because Harry doesn't. Oh, I mean Niall. Yeah, but you don't even know how to use Twitter, and that's not about to happen.
I still don't know the word use Twitter, but I can find a way. I don't need social media stuff. I got myself.
You don't need social media. You just need to get on a plane and fly to LA or England or Ireland. Hey, I'm from there, so I got a better chance. I'm from there. My dad was from there. My dad's family was from there. I don't know, I can be related to Niall.
So you can't. So he's mine. He's mine then because she's related to him.
No, we just come from the same country. That's what it's called, right? Country? Continent?
You should go ask Niall. I'm sure that'll be a number. He's like, yes, I got a home run.
Can we get on to this video? We had a whole argument on who Niles was, and we can't even talk to him. I mean, I can, but he doesn't reply because I'm just some random girl who's in his DMs. Hey, I'm in his DMs! I slid into his DMs.
And he didn't even notice.
You know what? Someday he'll notice. I know it. Someday he'll reply.
Probably when you're already married.
Oh, I can easily get divorced.
And have babies.
I can easily get divorced, and they can come with me, and I'll move to Ireland.
All 10 of them?
I ain't gonna have no 10 kids. Are you crazy? I'll just just wait. I won't get married until Harry, Toby, or Niall come along.
So what if like you're 80 and you're not married yet?
Well, then there's no luck for me because I don't think anybody's going to marry an 80-year-old.
You never know, there could be an old...
You know, at this rate, I don't even have a boyfriend, so I don't think I have a problem with waiting.
No, same. Preach.